Alright guys and girls, the Smith & Wesson EZ Shield. Before we get going, make sure you check your firearms maintenance schedule and always perform a firearms safety check prior to handling any guns. Let's rock and roll. First thing up, drop your magazine. Get that magazine out of there, along with any live ammunition whatsoever, out of the room. Next up, safety check. Rack the slide to the rear. Use that slide stop lever, reach over top, rack the slide to the rear and lock. Visually inspect your chamber. Make sure there's no live ammunition whatsoever in the gun or in the room. You can send that slide forward, and we're going to pull the trigger in a safe direction. Now that we've got a safe gun to work with, we're going to lock the slide to the rear again so that we can access the takedown lever. We're going to rotate that lever down towards the base of the firearm, like so. There you are. Do not engage the grip safety when you send this slide forward. Pull back, let go. Be sure to maintain control so it doesn't go flying onto the floor. Once you've done that, the frame is disassembled as much as we need it to be. Now we've got to take apart the slide, barrel, recoil spring, and the internal components. We're just going to do the recoil spring and the barrel for a field strip. Recoil springs easy. We're just going to take that index finger, push back, capture the spring, lift it, and remove. Easy, easy. Next, we have to remove the barrel. You can actually see the barrel lug underneath here, and that's what we're going to push on to get the barrel up. Slide it towards the muzzle end, lift and remove. And there you go. A disassembled slide for field strip purposes. Make sure you hit all the metal surfaces with some cleaning solvent and pay particular oil attention to these rails here cut into the slide on either side. Don't get any liquid in this firing pin hole, okay? Don't apply any direct liquid to that. You can create a vacuum, which causes firing pin problems. No good for anybody. And now you have a fully disassembled Smith & Wesson EZ. Now, before we put it back together, here's your frame. Make sure you're getting solution on all these different plastic and metal parts and wiping any excess carbon away, be it with a toothbrush, a Q-tip, or a rag. Pay close attention with oil to these wings on the side. That's how the frame connects to the slide. The less friction we have there, the less likely we are to have malfunctions, because the slide's maintaining all the energy created by the round to function properly. Next, we have the barrel. Now, be sure you put a little bit of oil on the outside of the barrel. It's another metal on metal friction point. So, the less friction we can have, the better that gun's going to run. Now, here's something people overlook a lot. The side of the barrel that faces you, the shooter, there's a feed ramp. Keep that feed ramp clean, and with just a little bit of oil, keep it slightly oiled. Your recoil spring, not a lot to do. I take a clean rag and some solution or some oil and give it just a quick wipe with the rag. I never apply anything directly to the recoil spring. So, let's reassemble. It's everything in reverse order. First, we have to reinsert the barrel. Simple enough. Slide it down through the hole in the muzzle. Push it back to lock the lug into place. Then the recoil spring has to go back in. Pay close attention. There is a plastic oval shaped piece at the front end of the recoil spring that corresponds with a hole cut into the slide. You've got to get that oriented properly or you won't be able to get it back in. You just push in, push down until it locks into a cut in the barrel lug. You should be able to rotate it back and forth a little bit without it coming loose. That's how you know you've got it locked into place properly. And we have a reassembled slide. Next, we have to put the slide back onto the frame. Pay attention to the tracks cut into the slide as well as the corresponding wings that stick off of the frame. These guys right here. You're going to have to line both of those up. Once you do, just apply a little bit of pressure forward until it stops moving. Then you want to rotate your grip around and we're going to lock the slide open to start. Don't engage the grip safety here. It won't lock back. So, reach over. It doesn't have to be weird like this. I'm doing this so you can see it on the video, and lock the slide open. Now, we can return that takedown lever to its home position, and the gun is ready to close. Reach up, push down on that slide stop, and your gun is pretty much reassembled. Grab your magazine, reinsert it into the gun, pull the trigger in a safe direction, make sure you put everything back together properly, rack the slide a couple times, make sure everything seems to be functioning well, feels good together, and that's it. You have disassembled, cleaned, and reassembled your Smith & Wesson Easy Shield. Very well done. If you guys have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out. We'd be happy to help.